Greetings, MechWarriors. This is Blackhawk SC. So this is something I've been thinking about doing for a little while, and so I'd like to start a video about this today. And the topic is really to show the different types of gameplay and the things that you'll see in between the different tier levels in MWO. So since they introduced the PSR system, it has kind of segregated the players by their experience slash skill levels. And so in the lower tiers, you'll see a certain type of gameplay, certain kinds of builds, certain behaviors, where you will not see that maybe as often in the higher levels of NWO gameplay. So I do have multiple accounts. One of the accounts I have is essentially a training account that I use to help members of my unit get better. What I do in that account is just suicide at the beginning of the match and spectate them while they play. So that account is at tier 4, and it's at the top of tier 4, so it's not like quite at the bottom of the PSR system, but you'll see T5, T4, and T3 players in that queue. So you'll see a certain set of behaviors when you play in that group. I have another account that's donated to me by a friend, which is now currently in T3, I believe. I think it's at the top of T3 right now because I've played a little bit on it already. So like kind of seriously played on it a little bit already. So so you'll see a little bit of different behavior, maybe a slightly better gameplay. And I'll show you another gameplay video of T1 gameplay. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see the differences between and I'll be commenting it on the gameplay throughout the video, so you can see what's going on in between all these different segments of the player population. So we'll start with the T4 gameplay first, and let's just get into that. Alright, so not trying to criticize here, but just wanted to give a demo of what it is like in tier 4. So just saw a guy here with SRM large laser mixed range build, which is pretty typical of newer players.
Target acquired.
Let's see, like advanced zoom on large lasers, which is not very necessary. You really have, advanced zoom really only comes in with ER large lasers. I only use them with ER large lasers probably. And pretty passive gameplay thus far, so a lot of these people are hanging back, and you can see how split the team is here on the minimap.
New
trial catapult.
Artillery strike online. Target acquired.
Triple AC2 Centurion AH, so
new target acquired.
Not using that AC20. Not using that AC20 quirk, I think. So okay, more
new
advanced
target
zoom.
Acquired.
Dual PPC Griffin 1S. LRM Atlas. Another typical build, I think. And
new
how far is that
acquired.
Atlas to be shooting an AC20 at it?
New target acquired.
Yeah, shooting LRMs and losing lock, very typical of newer players, I think.
New target acquired.
Okay, let's go somewhere else. Muller not doing very much right now. He should probably be engaging with large lasers or something,
Target
getting closer,
destroyed.
but not shooting at all. He's completely fresh.
New target acquired.
Completely fresh. Not taking any damage at all. Haven't taken any damage. Haven't shot anything probably. His what I think is full ammo count.
Airstrike online.
Medium laser LBX SRM6. Okay, short range build. It's just the one missile. One missile is just not good, you know.
Warning, incoming missile. Target destroyed.
Well, there you go. Okay, welcome to T3. This account is at the top of T3. So we have a pretty synergistic build
C4 line. I bet they're gonna try to
with
cut
this
through
Atlas
across
DC,
C3,
so
get in the middle.
LBX SRM6, though maybe not the best build for the Atlas, at least it synergizes well at the lower range.
It's like we've got an assault straggling.
Team is much more grouped up here, you see. It wasn't as spread as the last match that we had.
Warning, incoming missile.
Build is not great because of the ghost heat, but better than some of the other builds I've seen.
Gotta move,
Airstrike
guys. Can't
online.
stand here. If we do, they're gonna kill us.
This is the meta Atlas S build, so quite good. Okay, so the build is fine, but not playing it quite very well because he needs to fire and shield, not fire and stare at the enemy. So fire, shield, okay, shield, and then he should probably wait a little bit for his
Missile.
teammates before engaging a bit further, and just try to avoid firing medium lasers as well for better DPS. SRM6 medium pulse, another pretty synergistic build. Let's see. So we're still getting guys who are doing arm lock, just like in the last one. Another
Someone
again,
come down here and help me.
again a pretty good build.
I pushed in and got 2 kills. God bless.
He's using the corners, you know. He's peeking a little bit, so actually he's playing, has some experience playing. Clearly see.
Airstrike online. Acquired.
Another short range build. You can see the team is a lot more aggressive, a lot more grouped together. And you start seeing people using Gauss rifles here. So Gauss rifles typically not a lower tier beginner type of weapon. Most people are not comfortable with it until they've have some experience with it. So got hit with a Gauss shot. Okay, let's go on here. AC5 laser.
Critical damage. Left torso critical damage. Auto cannon destroyed. ER large
It's kind of a
laser
bad
destroyed.
poke on this guy's part. Again, I think the trend that you'll start noticing here is that people are getting better and better builds. So the builds are really kind of the low-hanging fruit in MWO. You get the builds right, and then the next part is that you have to play them right. And you're seeing a lot of like bad pokes. You know, just some pretty mid-tier
Target
gameplay
acquired.
mistakes. You know, at this level.
New target acquired. Target
10 yellow
destroyed.
laser. Again, not too bad. But the two ranges don't really synergize. It's okay though. Again, not shielding after firing, which you should absolutely do in an Atlas. Okay, I think that should give you a good impression of what the mid-tier kind of looks like.
New target
Alright,
acquired.
welcome to T1. So I feel like in a large part, T1 and T3 don't differ all
New
that
target
much.
acquired.
Most likely because there's many more T1 or T3 players than T1. So a large part of the match is going to be made up of, you know, Tier 2 and Tier 3 players, which you'll
New
also
target
find
acquired.
in the Tier 3 match.
Artillery strike online. New target acquired.
But here you see, you know, people are pretty grouped up.
Artillery strike
Fine.
online.
And you have like quite good players, for example.
Artillery strike online.
Well, like Tifa 90 here.
New target acquired.
So someone who peaks quite well, gets in a good
Airstrike
position,
online.
and flanks. You know,
New
instead of just
target
hitting people
acquired.
straight up.
New target acquired.
These, I guess, an okay build here. Not ideal, but again, you know,
New
very
target
similar
acquired.
to what you will, very similar to what you will see in T3. Really, just some not necessarily very ideal builds, but nothing very terrible. So the large laser, medium laser ranges don't really mix together very well, and the ultra is again mixed okay with the medium, but not the large.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
LRM, SRM4. I don't know. It's not a very good Shadowhawk build, I think, but
Warning in
it's a fairly meta Jenner build. Could do more, I think, but it's not terrible again. PPC, SRM6, Zeus. Okay,
heat level critical.
get that. So yeah, you know,
Heat
you can see
level
this
critical.
piloting
Target
here
destroyed.
is maybe a little bit better.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Let's go around.
Heat level
Oh,
critical.
it's the last guy.
Warning incoming missile. Center torso critical damage. Left arm critical.
Point here is that occasionally you will see good players, but in general, like the T1 and T3 doesn't have a huge amount of difference. There's going to be cases where you get a whole bunch of really good players on both teams, and the match gets really intense. You know, I suicided here pretty much. So, all right, hope this is informative, and see you next time.